Good Sunday morning, people. I don't know. I guess people said share my story. I call it my testimony. Since it's a Sunday, day of Sabbath, I would like to say, what happened when I was looking for work in San Antonio. Well, I had went tried to get my ID because my wallets was stolen here in Michigan, and then I went there and I had to get ID there. So I tried. Went to the Lions Club because it was a place that I had worked with to get my classes before, and they had one in San Antonio. So I was walking there. I strolled the streets there. Didn't have bus stops, so I was on foot, and it was like 10, 15 miles from the nearest big town because it wasn't a big town. It was country setting, and I dehydrated and decided I had to be revived by a nurse. And I promised that nurse, I promised I would listen to the doctors, because they they knew about my bursting blood vessels, the mass they found in my head. They knew about my snapped neck. They knew about everything, and I was still helping people. I even went back the next day after I was revived, and the officer that was there when they called for the incident, that when I got revived, he he laughed. We laughed. He's like, "Weren't you the guy they just revived yet the day before?" I said, "Yeah." We laughed, and then I went back and I didn't realize they were closed. I talked with the neighboring company. We joked around for a little bit, and then the guy gave me a ride back to the city, and I went and I tried to get my my ID so I can work. Well, a friend of ours was lived in Austin. A friend of my niece's lived in Austin. I had done some construction work for him before. I poured a foundation. I destroyed the foundation so he could replace their cast iron piping, but in the ground through the floor. Yeah, I did that type of work when I was there. I had to rehab. I need to work, so I did that. Used a hammer drill so I could rehab my shoulder, so that way I could see if I could get back into construction. Anyway, I was in San Antonio, and the guy lived in Austin. I don't know the amount. It was like hour and a half, 2 hours away from where we were. I don't know the distance. And he said if I could make it to his house in Austin, he had work for me, construction work. He was going to give me the work because he knew my work ethic. And I said, all right, I'll try to make it there. And well, I strode that way and I got lost. I took the wrong way. I went went north instead of east, and I ended up in the city of Austin near the Texas University, which was fun because I got there, and as a homeless person, I was helping other homeless people, and I would stroll up and down the streets at nighttime singing, and I had people tell me, many homeless people that I met there, they kept telling me, "Jim, keep singing, keep going, keep singing," and then I just help other people, just different things. Anyway, I when I first got there, I know we all have our inner demons and things like that. And my family has seen me cast demons out of family members. They witnessed that shit. They thanked me. They hugged me. Said, "Thank you, Uncle Jim." I said, "Well, I've done that before, with my spiritual gifts since I was little." I know people say I'm crazy and shit like that, but yeah, these people witnessed. This shit was on camera in Austin. Well, I was there, and there was a group of people. There was a guy, I don't know. I didn't know these people. It was a downtown. They had like festivals. They had booth setups. Veterans were down there. I seen a POW thing. So I was, I felt comfortable. Anyway, I heard some noise, and then there was four gentlemen beating up on a single man. Oh, I was exhausted. I had my bag I had was about 100 pounds, and I had walked from San Antonio. I was in Austin, and I was near the campus, and I said, "All right, guy said, help the gentleman." So, all right. So I put my thing. There's four of them, and that's cool, whatever. It didn't look all tough, and then I started going. I put my bag down, and that's when I looked up, and that's when I noticed I seen, their head cholo, whatever, stomped on the guys' heads, and I looked. I said, "Oh!" And the dude started bleeding. I don't know if the dude was dead, but shit. All right, so I started taking my shoes off because I don't, keep my shoes off when I, stretch. And the guy looked at me. He looked, "What do you want?" I looked up at him like this, and I pointed at him, pointed at all four of them, and they started walking towards me. And I took a step towards him. He looked in my eyes. and the demon froze, and then he started stuttering. And I told him, I said, murder demon, get out the guy. And then the guy started shrugging. He took a couple steps towards me. He wouldn't get towards me. I was just standing there. And then I wasn't. And then I was just standing there looking at him. But he's seeing it in my eyes, because I said a prayer real quick. Demon seeing it in my eyes. And then that's when the demon's friends turned on him. And they started talking. These guys that were followers turned into leaders, and they started dogging the guy out. While I'm sitting there, I look at the guy. I seen the people from the booth, veterans. I looked, and the guy says, "You go." I was like, "I leave when God says leave." And then the wind pushed me. Oh, time to go. So I went and I told the guys, I said, "The gentleman needs help." They weren't going to help him, because, gang, whatever, but they seen me step up to the guy, and they seen the other three gentlemen go after the leader, after what they seen me do, and then they called the police. They got the guy, they took him, but probably attempted murder, whatever. But, I ended up at the hospital, the same hospital that gentleman was at, that got his head stomped on, said some prayers and things like that, and then, the guy wasn't supposed to make it, but I was there with the family, some of the other family members. They're crying, praying. I said a prayer for the family. The guy made it, but, just shit like that, that's the type of shit that I'm trying to, help. At least not allow here in Kent County, that's the type of shit that the people from Detroit are trying to bring here. We're not Detroit. I know Kent County's trying to be Detroit. We could be industry-wise, but we don't need all that criminal shit. That's the type of shit that, that I'm supposed to stop in the system. I already stopped in the system, because like I told these judges, they put their hand on the Bible. When they were sworn into office, they put their hand on the Bible. It's their turn to make things right. They keep on going like they're doing. Their families are already suffering. God has promised these people's families to suffer. And, I don't do tarot reading. God allowed me to do it yesterday, but that death card was for the Kent County. All those people that put their hands on the judges or put their hands on the Bibles, all those people that keep, trying to honor those demons and shit like that. The death cards are for those people. I pray to God these guys change before that death card becomes real. And hey, I ain't doing it. I let the God Almighty do it, and all these archangels. I know they've seen that shit. I heard some rumor. I was listening to those people downtown a few weeks ago when I was taking pictures. They said, "Man, we seen angels. We seen this. We seen that. We seen angels battling demons." So, am I the only crazy one in Kent County, or are those people crazy as well? Got the conversations on my phone. Well, I had them on my phone, down online now. All right, you guys have a good Sunday. I pray God takes all these demons away from you guys. If not, hey, I'll battle them. Peace.